Thank you for tuning in, Coach Kizzy at Majestic Life Solutions. I was gonna play a song for y'all, but it's gonna block me, so I'm not gonna play the song. But I'm just the lyrics of the song. The verse says when the dude say when he was on his when he first started his walk with God, he was still smoking drugs. I was gonna say the rude part, but he was still smoking drugs. And I want to testify to you today and tell you that God can heal, God can deliver. You understand what I'm saying? Because it makes me understand who I am as a person more without them drugs. When I tell you that he can deliver. And he won't even give you a taste of that that craving that you have for that drug. He won't even give you that urge that you say you're gonna relapse. So for anybody that's struggling with a drug habit, just pray about it, and he'll. Yeah, I'm telling you, he'll heal that situation from you. I will deliver you from that situation. Say it like that. Deliver you from that situation because when the lyrics of that song says he was still smoking drugs. And when I first started my walk with the Most High God and walking in purpose, and I was still smoking. I was still smoking. And I just prayed every day, prayed every day, prayed every day. After I heard that small voice that said, "You hit that again, you're gonna die." And I love my life. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a person that loves your life and wants to actually live, that's why you can't be in an environment where you cannot listen, where you cannot listen to that voice. And that voice told me to, if I hit that again, I had that, I'm telling you, I had that drug to my mouth and I was about to hit it. I was about to hit that drug. And that voice came and said, "You hit that again." I didn't even smoke none of it. That voice came and said, "You hit that again, you're gonna die." And I love my life. I'm telling you, my life not perfect, but I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you struggling with a drug addiction, just know that, just pray about that situation. And if you want to overcome that obstacle in your life, it can happen for you. And the walk with God, hello, the walk with God with me was basically, I know who God was, but I was still trapped up in my own mindset. I was still trapped up in my own mindset, as in I needed this drug to overcome my obstacles in my life. But in reality, when I started searching and praying and everything, when that voice came through my head and it said, "You hit that drug again, you're gonna die." So I let the drug go and I started praying more. I started praying more. And then I started doing affirmations. I started doing affirmations. And when I started doing that, it was like a deliverance from God that overcame my body and said, "You know what? You don't even have a craving for it no more. You can do, you can do things that, how like things that used to trigger me to doing drugs, I can even say the word bored and it won't trigger me of doing drugs. But if you're a person that knows your triggers, then don't do it. Don't do it. I can say the word bored now. I just didn't want to say it because the simple fact that I don't really get bored. I don't really be bored. It's just be nothing to do basically. If I'm not cleaning up, if I'm not trying to be a maintenance man or something, ain't nothing to do. You understand what I'm saying? So I know that I have something to do. I still have stuff to do now because there's still some grass to be cut in the backyard. So I have stuff to do. You understand what I'm saying? And then I got these chores to do. I got plenty of stuff to do now. So you have to occupy your time with positive things to do. It might not seem like it's positive things to do, but just relax your nerves. Do something. You understand what I'm saying? Like just pick up anything to not pick up anything. Cause that sounds like picking up a drug and you just, well, you said anything. No, don't pick up that. Don't pick up that. Let that go. Let that go. You can overcome that obstacle if you want to in your life. It's not that hard. It's a mind thing. It controls your mind, your actions, and your thoughts, your decisions. So if you know that, you know how to actually say, you know what, I am gonna give it up. How can I live my best life on this? Say it again. How can I live my best life on this? You can't live your best life on it. And you think that you think that you actually, and our minds, this is what our minds do. In our minds we say that, oh, we got this, we control this, we got this. But who wants to actually just be, because it'll have you stuck in your feelings. That drug will have you stuck in your feelings. And when you're stuck in your feelings, then you gonna always create negative thoughts in your head. Always. It's always something negative that's gonna create in your head by doing that. I'm telling you, I'm a living testimony of it. It's gonna something gonna always create in your head that it's something negative gonna be happening in your head. It's gonna be that's gonna be your biggest influence. That influence, that negative influence that I'll be talking about, that drug is the negative influence in your life. That drug is the negative influence in your life. So when you decide to say, I can let that go, and I can embrace who truly am, because won't nobody understand you, or won't nobody even try to figure you out on a substance, and just being yourself. It embraces who you are, your true self. And a lot of people don't want to embrace their true self, because their true self is they scared of who they really are. That's it. They scared of who they really are. So they use the drug to actually cover up who they are, to cover up who they are, because the drug tells them a certain thing. A drug is, I'm gonna tell you, a drug is a demon. When I told you I done walked in hell before, a drug is a demon. It's a demon, and people don't really realize that, but it is. It's a demon, because it possesses your mindset of that control that it has on your life, and we don't realize that. We don't realize that because, shoot, it get us high. We want to feel good. We want to feel like we are somebody on that drug, but actually, in reality, if you really put it down and see who you truly are. That's what you got to do. You got to really put it down and see who you truly are. Without that drug, you wasn't born with that drug. If you wasn't born with it, then that means you don't necessarily have to need it. You don't need it. So if you wasn't born with something, that means you don't need it. It's not a need, it's a want. So you just gotta understand that. And me being an entrepreneur, who wanna do business with a crackhead? I wasn't a crackhead, but it's still all same thing. Drugs, hardcore drugs is still crackhead. I called myself a crackhead. I did. I called myself a crackhead. Because you got to acknowledge that. And once you start realizing that, you know what you're calling yourself? You're calling yourself a crackhead. But I'm smoking drugs. I'm smoking drugs. I'm smoking hardcore drugs that would destroy my whole entire world. I'm smoking hardcore drugs. So yeah, I am a crackhead. So I called myself that. And that would give me something to rely on of my own, to say that I am a crackhead. So what are you gonna do about that situation? If you call yourself a crackhead, what are you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? That means I need to get off. And God gave me a sign, and that sign, I said, you know what? I don't care if somebody come around here and smoke a whole bag of dope. You do what you do. That's your business. Smoke your dope. I because I you can't make nobody stop doing nothing that they desire, is that's they desire. Whatever they feel like they want to do, that's what they want to do. Especially a grown individual. Let a grown individual do what they want to do, how they want to do it, because it's an experience, it's an experience for them. It was an experience for me. So that is when it's experience. You gotta think about the lesson. What is the lesson? You learn from it. You learn from it, and then you know where you're not want. You know you where you don't want to go back. So I know I don't want to go back that way. So how can I change my mindset and be a better person if I'm want to go, well, if I want to have in my mind that, oh, I'm supposed to go pick up a drug, I'm supposed to call this person right here, I know they got some drugs, I'm supposed to call them. Or somebody come over here and be like, oh, you want to hit this? No, you good, you good, bro. You good, bro. I used to hate that word. I'm telling you, you good, you good, you good, you good, I'm good. You go ahead. If you want, if that's what you want to do with yourself, that's what you want to do with yourself. The way to better yourself is to let go and let God. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. So I just feel like, who want to do business with a crackhead? That's my personal opinion. I'm not calling nobody crackhead. I call my own self a crackhead when I was on the drugs. So who want to do business with a crackhead? No one. No one. So that's why I say you just got to know what you're doing in life. Who want to do some business with a crackhead? I know I wouldn't, because if I know if I bought if I know that I have bought things that came up, stolen and at the store from a crackhead, then you know what that means. You know what that means? That means that crackhead be stealing from you. So you just got to know what you're doing in life. Okay, I sure hope this helps somebody to actually try to wean themselves off of it. I'm not trying to make you stop it, but I just wish you would come to your senses, because you have to acknowledge that part of yourself. Yes, you have to acknowledge that. Once you acknowledge that I don't need this to cope my pain or whatever I'm going through in life, you'll be better off, because we use that to cope our pain. It's not just a feeling good thing, and people don't realize that. That's why a lot of people turn into doing drugs, because it's a lot of things that they can't handle in life. And when the things that you can't handle in life, and it comes to a point where you don't get no help, or it seems like don't nobody want to help you, what you turn to that drug, because that drug is a blockage. mm, mm. Lord Jesus, there's a fire. Listen, that drug is a blockage. It's a blockage. It blocks all your pain. Blocks all your pain. But I have learned to create my own thing where I can ask God for strength to overcome the pain that I have. So I turned my pain into power. That's what I did. You have to really just map out your life and where life is taking you. You have to map your life out. Because if you don't map your life out, then who gonna map it out for you? Because it's gonna be a continuous thing that you're gonna continue doing in your life, and think that it's okay, but it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm not judging anyone do it, but I just say that it's best to actually cope with the pain sober. That's how I feel. Best to cope with the pain sober, and that's how you can actually really heal. You can't heal with a blockage. Cannot heal with a blockage. Cause that drug gonna tell you that you healed, but you're really not. You're really not. Take it from my experiences, and it'll tell you that you healed, but you're not healed. Cause you still have a whole lot of things that you're holding in the inside of you that you would never tell nobody, and you never release. It's a blockage. It's a big blockage, and I just thank God every day that I overcame that obstacle in my life. I did. I do. And mm, that part of talking about is kind of emotional to me, because I was a person that said that I was never gonna stop doing drugs. I said that in my mind. Well, I said it out loud too. I said I was never gonna stop doing drugs. And look what God had brought me through. Look what God had brought me through. And I thought partying was just everything that life's supposed to bring. That's what I thought. But until you as that humankind wants to change, it's not gonna never happen for you. It's not gonna never happen for you. You're gonna think that life is about partying, turning up, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But my life is much, much better without it. Because I know how to deal with I know how to cope through the pain and to be able to express my feelings to others to actually get others to understand what it feels like. What it feels like by doing drugs and knowing that it's not good for your body. It's not good for your body. It's a wear and tear like a lot of people say that I ain't supposed to be going up and down the street in my car because you're not supposed to be wearing and tearing on my car. It's just like that drug is just like a car. You put wear and tear on it, and in your body you have to do your maintenance on your body also. You have to do maintenance on your body. You have to observe your body. You have to do everything to your body. So always remember that that drug is just like a fuel. It's like a fuel that sets your mind on fire. It's like a fuel that sets your mind on fire and have you thinking fire crazy things. You understand what I'm saying? So when you come to agreement with yourself and acknowledge that I do have a problem, I do need to resolve this problem. And once you start understanding that I can resolve this problem, I can ask God for the strength and the courage that I need to actually overcome this obstacle in my life. Because it's an obstacle in your life. And when we in listen, and storms come in all shapes and fashion, forms, shape, fashion, whatever you want to call it. But listen, when we doing them drugs, we in a storm of ourselves. Cause we actually beating ourselves up. We in a storm. You don't even People don't even look at it like that. When we doing drugs and we heavily doing drugs every day, we putting our own self in a storm. We put ourselves there, but we don't realize that. We don't never realize that. But we as humankind do stuff to ourselves and we don't really realize it. We put our own self there. When we doing these drugs, we put our own self in a storm because we battling with ourselves. We battling with ourselves. We don't understand how to cope with the problems of the pain and how to deal with life itself. So for you not to even want to take your life, you get on drugs. Take it from me. I'm a living testimony of it. For you not to even want to take your own life, you have to have a blockage from that mindset. So you get on drugs to cope that pain that you've been holding in for so long that you don't understand. That you don't understand why you fighting with yourself. So that demon gets into you, that drug, and that copes your pain. That copes your pain. It makes you feel like you're on top of the world. Because I'm high. You just think about it. I'm high, so whatever they talking about. This how I was like. I don't care what they what I whatever. So you ball your pain up into the 20, 30, $40, $50, whatever you done spent on that drug. You balled your pain into that money that you done spent your money on, in which that money could have been going somewhere else. But we don't realize that. When we fight ourselves, it's all in our head. It's all in our head. We battling ourselves. We at war with ourselves. But when do we come to realization that we are battling ourselves? That's why it's called enemy. Enter me. Enemy. You can be your biggest enemy. You as humankind can be your biggest enemy. Enemy. Not enemy as a person. You can be your biggest enemy. When I was on that drug, I was my biggest enemy because I didn't allow myself to heal off drugs. I thought I could heal on drugs. It don't work that way. You got to heal off. You have to be at a sober state of mind. A sober state of mind basically just it clears out everything. Everything. You'll acknowledge everything that's happening in your life. You'll acknowledge all your past pain, or you'll acknowledge all the past your past experience, your past hurt, your past everything. You start acknowledging that. You can't acknowledge something when you got a blockage. So if this helps somebody today, just know that if this come across your For You page, I hope it finds you some way and somehow.